Still no deal yet to raise the debt ceiling, but a surprise 11th hour extension of that stark deadline to avoid a potentially catastrophic U.S. default. Late today, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen saying June 5th is now the date when the government will be unable to pay its bills. That's 4 days later than first thought. Speaker Kevin McCarthy telling reporters the two sides have made progress. And at the White House today, President Biden expressing hope. But Secretary Yellen warned that even waiting until the last minute can cause severe hardship to American families and harm our global leadership. Tonight, millions of Americans who rely on federal aid are anxiously eyeing those negotiations. ABC's senior congressional correspondent Rachel Scott leads us off on Capitol Hill.
Tonight, a last-minute extension on the deadline to raise the debt limit, now June 5th, as the White House and Republican leaders scramble to reach a deal before the government runs out of money to pay its bills. But the extra 4 days doesn't come without a dire prediction from the Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, warning a default would cause severe hardship to American families, harm our global leadership position, and raise questions about our ability to defend our national security interests. Departing the White House for Camp David tonight, President Biden striking an optimistic tone.
I hope we'll have some clear evidence tonight before the clock strikes 12 that we have a deal, but it's very close.
Republicans are demanding spending cuts in exchange for raising the debt limit, insisting a deal must include stricter work requirements for people who receive federal aid.
Are you willing to drop that work requirements and just
Hell no. Hell no. Not a chance.
For Democrats, that's a non-starter. Tonight, sources tell ABC News negotiators are eyeing a possible deal that would limit spending and raise the $31 trillion borrowing limit through the 2024 presidential election.
And I'm going to work as hard as we can to try to get this done.
If the nation defaults, as many as 8 million jobs could be lost. More than 1 million troops would go unpaid. And for the 66 million Americans who rely on Social Security checks, payments could come to a grinding halt. 56-year-old Pamela Gamby from Virginia says those payments are her livelihood.
Without Social Security and SNAP, not only would we be homeless, my goodness, we wouldn't have money to buy food with.
This debate having a real impact on so many. Rachel Scott with us now. And Rachel, despite negotiators getting a few extra days, what happens to those millions of Americans still expecting their federal payments on June 1st?
Well, what the Treasury Secretary says Americans relying on those Medicare and Social Security payments will still receive those checks at the beginning of the month. But after that money goes out, the department will be dealing with extremely low resources. As for where the negotiations stand tonight, top negotiators say they do plan to work through the holiday weekend until they reach a deal, now with a little more breathing room. Whit.
Critical days ahead. Rachel Scott, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.